There is a moment, a very small moment. Someone says something, a tone shifts, an eye roll, a sarcastic comment, a subtle dismissal, and you feel it, that tightness in your chest. That heat rising in your face, that sudden urge to respond, to correct them, to defend yourself, to put them back in their place. Disrespect, it doesn't matter where it happens, at work, in a relationship, in front of friends, online, in silence, it hits the same nerve, because disrespect doesn't just challenge your words, it challenges your worth. And most people fail in that exact moment, not because they are weak, but because they react, they snap back, they explain too much, they overjustify, they try to win the argument. Or worse, they say nothing, but carry the anger for hours, replaying it, rewriting what they should have said. Let me tell you something uncomfortable. The moment you react emotionally to disrespect, you've already lost power. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire. He was insulted, betrayed, mocked, criticized publicly. And yet he wrote this: choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Read that carefully. He didn't say disrespect doesn't happen. He said you decide whether it injures you. That's the Stoic rule: not be passive, not let people walk over you, but this: control your response, or your response will control you. When someone disrespects you, what actually hurts? Is it the words, or is it your interpretation of them? Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. But let's go deeper. Why does disrespect feel so intense? Because your ego is built around identity. You believe, I am competent, I am intelligent, I deserve respect. So when someone challenges that, your ego goes into defense mode. Fight, prove, correct, dominate. But here's the truth. The need to prove yourself is often louder than the insult itself. Strong people don't rush to defend their image. Insecure people do. Think about the most powerful person you've ever seen, truly powerful. Did they argue loudly when challenged, or did they stay calm? Disrespect is a test, not of your status, of your self-control. And self-control is visible. The person who stays composed while others lose control automatically rises in status, not because they said more, because they needed to say less. Here's something most people never realize. When someone disrespects you, they are revealing themselves, not defining you. But when you explode in reaction, you reveal yourself. That's the real battlefield, not outside, inside. The Stoics trained for this moment, not in comfort, but in awareness. They understood something dangerous. The man who cannot control his temper is easy to manipulate. If I can trigger you, I can control you. If I can provoke you, I own your emotional state. So when someone disrespects you, ask yourself, are they trying to lower you, or are they trying to control you? Because often it's both, and reacting instantly gives them exactly what they want. The Stoic rule is not weakness. It's discipline, it's strategic silence, it's measured response, it's choosing timing over impulse. There is a difference between being silent because you're afraid and being silent because you're in control. One is submission, the other is power. Most people cannot tell the difference. But they feel it, and that feeling changes dynamics. The next time someone disrespects you, there will be a pause, a split second. In that pause lies your authority, not in shouting. Not in dominating, but in choosing your move deliberately. That's what we're going to break down. Not theory, not fake motivation, but the actual Stoic response that makes disrespect backfire. Because when handled correctly, disrespect becomes an advantage, and most people never learn how to use it. Before you can respond correctly to disrespect, you need to understand something uncomfortable. Most disrespect is not about you. It feels personal, but it rarely is. There are usually only a few real reasons someone disrespects you. They feel threatened. They feel insecure. They are testing boundaries. They think you will tolerate it. Let's break this down calmly. One insecurity projects outward. Seneca wrote, "We are disturbed not by things, but by the views we take of them." The insecure person lives in comparison. They measure themselves constantly. So when they see confidence, competence, or calm presence in someone else, they feel smaller. Instead of improving themselves, they attempt to lower you. Disrespect is often a defense mechanism, a way to regain perceived control. If someone mocks you publicly, interrupts you, belittles your opinion, ask yourself, is this strength? Or is this someone protecting their ego? Strong people don't need to diminish others. Only fragile ones do. When you recognize this, something changes internally. You stop seeing disrespect as an attack. You start seeing it as information about them. Boundary testing. Some people test limits instinctively. They throw small jabs, minor sarcasm. Subtle dismissals. They are not always malicious. They are scanning. Will this person tolerate this? If you react emotionally, they learn you're reactive. If you laugh nervously and say nothing, they learn you're passive. But if you remain calm, composed, and controlled, they pause, because calm is difficult to read. And people hesitate around what they can't control. Epictetus taught something critical. No man is free who is not master of himself. If you lose control when tested, you communicate weakness. Not because you defended yourself, but because you did it emotionally. Emotion exposes instability. Stability commands respect. 3. The biggest mistake people make here is the mistake most people make immediately when disrespected. They over-explain. They try to prove. They justify their position. They argue intensely. And the more they speak, the smaller they appear. Why? Because over-defending signals insecurity. If you were certain of your value, would you desperately argue for it? No. The loud defense is often a mask for inner doubt. Marcus Aurelius faced constant criticism, but instead of arguing publicly, he focused inward. He wrote, "If someone despises me, that's their problem. My only concern is not doing or saying anything deserving of contempt." Read that again. He didn't chase validation. He corrected himself quietly if needed, and if the criticism was baseless, he ignored it. That is psychological dominance. 4. The illusion of immediate power. When someone disrespects you, your body wants action, immediate correction, immediate comeback, immediate dominance, because the ego hates delay. But here is the Stoic advantage. Delay is power. When you pause instead of react, you shift control. Think about this. 2 men are insulted. One explodes instantly. The other looks calmly, says nothing for a moment, and responds measured. Who looks stronger? Who looks more dangerous? The second, always. Because unpredictability combined with calm creates psychological weight, and weight creates respect. 5. Why silence feels so hard. Silence feels hard because your ego wants relief. Anger seeks discharge. You want to release it, but emotional release is not strength, it's impulse. The Stoics trained themselves to observe emotion without obeying it. That is the key. When someone disrespects you, anger will rise. That is natural. But Stoicism does not demand you suppress anger. It demands you control it. There is a difference. Suppression means pretending it doesn't exist. Control means acknowledging it and choosing not to act on it immediately. That gap between feeling and action is where your authority lives. 6. The first Stoic rule in real time. Here is the first rule you apply when disrespected. Do not react instantly. Not one word, not one facial twitch, not one defensive explanation. Pause. Breathe once, maintain eye contact if appropriate, or remain still if not. That pause does 3 things. It shows you are not easily shaken. It forces the other person into uncertainty. It gives your rational mind time to take control. And in that pause, something powerful happens. The emotional charge begins to weaken. The situation slows down. You move from instinct to strategy. Most people operate on instinct. Few operate on strategy. And that difference changes how others treat you. When someone disrespects you, there are only 2 powerful options, not 10. Not complicated tactics, just 2, silence or controlled response. Most people choose a third option, emotional reaction. That is the weakest one. Let's break this down carefully. 1. When silence is power. Silence is not weakness. Silence is a filter, but only when it's chosen, not forced. If someone makes a sarcastic comment, if someone tries to provoke you, if someone speaks with subtle condescension, your first instinct is to correct them, but ask yourself, is this moment worth my energy? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." If someone is acting small, loud, insecure, and you mirror them, you become them. Silence in certain moments communicates, I am not threatened. and nothing unsettles an insecure person more than realizing they failed to provoke you. Think about the psychology here. When someone disrespects you, they expect reaction. They expect defensiveness, argument, tension. When they don't get it, the dynamic shifts. Now they are exposed. Now they look unnecessary. Now they appear childish. Silence removes fuel, and disrespect without fuel dies quickly. But this only works if your silence is calm, not passive. There is a difference between looking down awkwardly and calmly holding your posture, steady gaze, relaxed breath. One is avoidance, the other is control. People feel that difference, always. 2. When you must respond. Now here's the mistake some people make after learning Stoicism. They think they should never respond. Wrong. Stoicism is not submission, it is measured strength. If disrespect crosses a boundary repeatedly, or if it publicly damages your position, or if silence would signal weakness, you respond. But not emotionally, never emotionally. Epictetus taught, if anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses but answer, he does not know my other faults. Else he would not have mentioned only these. Notice the humor. The detachment, the lack of panic. A controlled response does 3 things. It corrects the behavior. It maintains dignity. It preserves your emotional authority. Example. Instead of saying, "Who do you think you're talking to?" you say calmly, "If there's something specific you'd like to discuss, say it clearly." That forces clarity. Clarity removes hidden disrespect, or "I don't appreciate that tone." Short, direct, no aggression, no lecture, no emotional explosion, and then silence again. Controlled speech feels heavier than loud speech, because it signals you're not trying to win, you're setting boundaries. 3. The Stoic frame shift. Here's something powerful. When someone disrespects you, your ego says, "I've been diminished." The Stoic mind says, "I've been given a test." This frame shift changes everything. Disrespect becomes training. An opportunity to practice control, an opportunity to observe your triggers, an opportunity to strengthen composure. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Disrespect is an outside event. Your response is internal power. And power is built through repetition. The first time you stay calm, it's hard. The second time, easier. The 10th time, automatic, and people notice patterns. If you become known as someone who does not react emotionally, speaks calmly, sets boundaries cleanly, does not over-explain, disrespect decreases, not because people become kinder, but because you become harder to manipulate. For the hidden status law, there is an unspoken social law. The person who loses emotional control loses status in that moment. Even if they were right, even if they won the argument, even if others agree with them later, emotion lowers perceived control. Control raises perceived authority. This is why leaders train composure. This is why high-level negotiators remain calm under pressure. This is why truly confident individuals don't rush to defend themselves. Because they understand something simple. Reputation is built on emotional stability. When someone disrespects you publicly and you respond with calm precision, observers remember that. Not the insult, but your composure, and composure spreads. It creates a subtle aura. This person cannot be shaken easily. That is dangerous energy, quietly dangerous. 5. What never to do. There are 4 things you never do when disrespected. Over-explain yourself, raise your voice, attack back personally, seek validation from others afterward. The last one is subtle. Many people stay silent in the moment, then complain to everyone later. That is not strength. That is displaced emotion. The Stoic path is internal processing. You review. You reflect, you ask, was there truth in that criticism? If yes, adjust. If no, release. Seneca wrote, if a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. If you know your values, if you know your direction, if you know your character, then external disrespect becomes background noise. But if you're unsure of yourself, every insult feels fatal. So strengthening your character reduces sensitivity to disrespect. That is the deeper work. 6. The final real-time formula when someone disrespects you. Step 1, pause. Step 2, breathe once. Step 3, assess, ignore, or respond. Step 4, if responding, keep it short and calm. Step 5, return to neutrality immediately. No lingering hostility, no extended debate, no ego war. Short, clean, finished. That is Stoic strength. There is something deeper than reacting correctly. Something more powerful than silence. Something more effective than the perfect comeback. It is this: become the kind of person who is difficult to disrespect in the first place. Most people try to fix disrespect in the moment. The Stoic fixes the foundation. Let's go deeper. 1. The aura of self-containment. There is a certain energy that makes people hesitate. It is not loud. It is not aggressive. It is contained. Self-contained people do not chase approval. They do not overshare. They do not seek validation in every room. They do not laugh too quickly at weak jokes. They do not react dramatically. They are steady. Marcus Aurelius carried himself with restraint. He did not perform confidence. He embodied it quietly. When you speak less, react less, explain less, and observe more, you create mystery. And mystery creates psychological distance. Distance creates respect. People are less likely to casually disrespect someone who feels internally anchored, because anchored people don't wobble, and disrespect feeds on wobble. To detach from the need to be like this is uncomfortable, but necessary. If you need everyone to like you, you will tolerate subtle disrespect. You will laugh it off. You will pretend it didn't bother you. You will stay agreeable to avoid tension, but approval addiction weakens boundaries. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. In other words, let go of controlling how others see you. Once you stop chasing admiration, you stop tolerating disrespect, because your self-worth no longer depends on their opinion. You become internally sourced, and internal validation is stable. External validation fluctuates. The more independent your self-image becomes, the less reactive you are. And the less reactive you are, the more controlled you appear. And controlled presence commands quiet respect. 3. Speak with weight, not volume. Many people think authority comes from force. It doesn't. Authority comes from certainty. When you speak slowly, clearly, briefly, people listen more carefully. When you ramble, over-justify, or speak defensively, you lose weight. The Stoics valued precision, every word deliberate. Every response intentional. When someone disrespects you and you say, I don't tolerate that, and stop, that lands harder than a 5-minute emotional lecture. Powerful people don't argue long. They state and move on. Length often signals insecurity. Brevity signals confidence. Practice reducing your responses. Make them shorter, cleaner, calmer. 4. Improve yourself quietly. Here's a deeper truth. Some disrespect comes from perception. Not because you deserve it, but because you project uncertainty. If your posture is weak, your speech unsure, your eye contact unstable, some people will test you instinctively, not maliciously, just socially. So part of becoming hard to disrespect is internal development. Strengthen your body, refine your communication, improve your discipline, build competence in something meaningful. Competence reduces insecurity. Insecurity reduces reactivity. Reactivity invites disrespect. See the chain. Marcus Aurelius trained himself daily, not to impress, but to remain internally solid. Solid people are not easily shaken, and when you are not easily shaken, people sense it immediately. 5. Understand this final truth: disrespect will never fully disappear. No matter how strong you become, no matter how calm you are, no matter how composed, there will always be someone projecting insecurity, testing boundaries, speaking carelessly. The Stoic does not aim for a disrespect-free world. He aims for emotional invulnerability. That is the difference. If someone insults you and it ruins your day, they controlled your inner world. If someone insults you and it barely moves you, you controlled it. That is the real victory, not dominance, not intimidation, control. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think, or do, not apathy, detachment." The kind of detachment that says, my character is my responsibility, their behavior is theirs. That mindset makes you untouchable, not physically, psychologically. 6. The Stoic rule summarized: when someone disrespects you, pause, observe, choose, respond briefly if necessary, release completely, do not carry it, do not replay it, do not seek revenge. Do not over-explain. Your peace is worth more than ego battles, and over time, people learn something about you. You are not easy to provoke. You are not emotionally available for manipulation. You are stable, and stability is rare. Rare things are respected. There will be moments, a comment, a tone, a subtle jab, you will feel it, that surge. But now you know that surge is not a command. It is a signal, and you are no longer controlled by signals. You are controlled by principle. That is Stoicism, not weakness, not silence, not passivity, but disciplined strength. The kind that doesn't need to announce itself, the kind that doesn't need to prove itself, the kind that doesn't crumble under words. So next time someone tries to lower you, do this. Lower your pulse, not your standards. If this resonated, comment, "I choose control." And remember, the strongest person in the room is the one who cannot be emotionally moved without permission.